sorry, a million miles away. Right, so again, it's been a couple of weeks, just been busy as always. But I went out to Germany last Tuesday to the premiere of The Man with the Hammer, which is the film I filmed in Germany last year. I think it was about April time. And it's basically, the concept is that it's a short film, 9 minutes long. It was produced by a guy called Mario Zozin, whose previous work has been predominantly around advertisements, though he has this last year done a long TV series for German TV as well. And it's all about a long distance runner hitting the wall. And apparently in Germany, when you hit the wall, you meet the Hammer Man, and I'm the Hammer Man. So I'm in a cave, looking like some reject from prehistoric times. And I have a verbal argument with the runner, trying to discourage him, and then I'm striking the cave walls, which reflects in him feeling pain and fatigue, and that's the basic gist of this film. So I flew over to Cologne, went to this film studio, and we were taken into a brand new screening room. It's about 25 seats. Still had that new car smell. 10 metre screen, and one of the most sophisticated sound systems I've ever heard in my life. But this is a coloration room. I don't know if that means, it doesn't mean a lot to me, but apparently the mixing software and the projectors and the screen are all absolutely top notch. Got to watch the film a couple of times, drinks and snacks and a few bullshitty sort of talks and stuff, and that was it. Really enjoyable evening, and then the director of the film met me the next day and gave me a quick tour of Cologne, so I went to the cathedral and stuff, and I came back. So I have a trailer which I'll put into the links, but the film won't go on general release till probably about 12-18 months, because it's going to be entered into a lot of competitions. So it's going to a lot of the film festivals, and apparently he's contacted an agent who will be putting this thing into something like 600 competitions or something. I think he said it was something like 50 competitions a month. And as some of these competitions, you're not eligible if it's been publicly screened, hence why it won't get publicly screened. So that was that. New office is now finally up and running, and we have twin screens, which is why the camera position is now offset, because it's mounted on one screen as opposed to mounted in the middle of it's mounted on one screen, which is to one side, as opposed to before when it was mounted in the middle of one screen. That's because I've now got two, which makes reports and such things so much fucking easier to do, because I can have 3 or 4 files all open at once, and research is so much easier because I can flip in between stuff. Honestly, why I never did this before, I have no idea. I am a complete technophobe, and it was a bit of a bitch to get it all up and running. In anyone who has computers, it's probably the most simplest thing on the planet to do, but for me it was a challenge. So that's that. What else? I need to speak to you about a research project that's going on that is looking for people to be involved. But let me make a note of my diary to do some Friday research project info. Basically what these guys are looking at is they're looking at one of the things that steroids do in the muscle is create satellite cells, and the general consensus is that these cells are still there after you've stopped using them. So effectively this is where you get muscle memory, and the general belief is that any amount of steroid use will have a permanent or at least a long-term effect on the number of nuclei, and therefore a long-term effect on your ability to develop muscle mass. So this study is looking at that to see how effective that is. So they're wanting people that have cycled, and they're going to test them, I think, on cycle and 20 weeks post-cycle, and that's going to be people that actually PCT. And then they're looking at people that have cycled but have been off for 2 to 4 years, again on a PCT basis. I've explained that a lot of people now may potentially be TRT. So he's going back to see if that's a viable alternative for people for the study. So, but I'll say I'll do another video on Friday. It's Wednesday today. I'll do another video on Friday, and I'll post up all the details of that one. I'm also going to, on the video on Friday, I'll discuss what we got into when I was talking to the researcher today, which was about epigenetics and DNA expression. I've talked about this in the past, and I've generally been told I'm a dick and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It was quite interesting to speak to a guy today about the potential of paternal steroid use having an impact on RNA expression, and he agreed with me. He felt it could be, and he said it wouldn't be a particularly difficult study to do to see if the RNA expression within sperm changes in steroid users. But what I want to do today is I want to read something to you. I'm tired, so I'll probably make mistakes, but I want to read something to you, and if I don't know why I'm tired, I'm just finishing writing that report, which is 100 and odd pages long. Anyway, it's something that I found popped up on my feed on Facebook. It was a post by a guy called Darren Bleasdale. I don't know if it's his own work or if it's something he's found, and I pinched it. I posted it on my own Facebook. I even discussed this on Drugs and Stuff this week. I think the episode comes out in about 2 weeks' time. And you know what? This is some of the collective best group of advice I've heard in a very long time, and I'm now making my kids read this once a day. I know I'm a twat. So, some excellent advice, and advice I truly believe in. When you stop chasing the wrong things, you give the right things chance to catch you. Nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending. Nothing could be closer to the truth, but before you begin this process of transformation, you have to stop doing the things that have been holding you back. Here are some ideas to get you started. Stop spending time with the wrong people. Life is too short to spend time with people who suck the happiness out of you. If someone wants you in your life, they'll make room for you. You shouldn't have to fight for a spot. Never, ever insist yourself to someone who continuously overlooks your worth. And remember, it's not the people that stand by your side when you're at your best, but the ones who stand by your side when you're at your worst that are your true friends. Stop running from your problems. Very much agree with this one. Face them head on. No, it won't be easy. There is no person in the world capable of flawlessly handling every punch thrown at them. Very, very true. We aren't supposed to be able to instantly solve problems. That's not how we're made. In fact, we're made to get upset, sad, hurt, stumble and fall, because it's the whole process of living to face problems, learn and adapt and solve them over the course of time. This is what ultimately molds us into the person we become. And we are a product of our experiences, and we are a product of the way that we deal and engage with those experiences. Stop lying to yourself. Now, I've harped on about this a few times, about honesty. Oh, hang on a sec. Screen's just dropped. Why are you doing this to me? Alright. Sorry. Where were we? Stop lying to yourself. You can lie to anyone else in the world, but you can't lie to yourself. Our lives improve only when we take chances. And the first and most difficult chance we can take is to be honest with ourselves. Very true. And probably one of the hardest things to do is to be totally honest with yourself as to who you are, where you are in life. And to do that without judgment. It's not about attributing right or wrong as such, more just about a clear and concise snapshot of where you currently are, and then you can make decisions on where you want to go, look at the 2 points and start to question, how do you get from point A, where you currently are, to point B, where you want to be. Stop putting your own needs on the back burner. The most painful thing is losing yourself in the process of loving someone too much. and forgetting that you are special too. Yes, help others, but help yourself too. And there's nothing wrong with pursuing your own endeavours, pursuing your own goals. You do not need to constantly sacrifice them for the sake of those around you. If there was ever a moment to follow your passion and do something that matters to you, that moment is now. Stop trying to be someone you're not. Way, Instagram world. One of the greatest challenges in life is being yourself in the world that's trying to make you like everybody else. And that is very true just these days. Someone will always be prettier, bigger, stronger, better. Someone will always be smarter. Someone will always be younger, but they will never be you. No one has your unique properties. Be yourself, and the right people will love you for you. And that is true. You know, so many people get into relationships trying to be what they want, that they feel their partner wants them to be, instead of being themselves and being with somebody who wants to be with them for who they are. Stop trying to hold on to the past. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Stop being scared to make mistakes. Doing something and getting it wrong is at least 10 times more productive than doing nothing. Every success has a trail of failures behind it, and every failure is leading towards success. And, you know, growth is painful, and it is our failures that sort of make our successes. And a success wouldn't have any value if it was easily attained, because if there was no effort, then there's no challenge, then there's no value to that success. The successes that are the most valuable to us are the ones that are the hardest for us to achieve. Every success has a trail of failures behind it, and every failure is leading towards success. You end up regretting the things you did not do far more than the things you did do, which I personally think is very true, which is why I did the UC project. Stop berating yourself for old mistakes. Now, this is a difficult one. It's a difficult balance to be aware of your previous mistakes, but not to let them overly influence the now. We may love the wrong person and cry about the wrong things, but no matter how things go wrong, one thing is for sure: mistakes help us find the right things. We all make mistakes, have struggles, and even regret things in our past, but you are not your mistakes, you are not your struggles, and you are here now with the power to shape your day and your future. Every single thing that has ever happened in your life is preparing you for a moment is yet to come, and we are a product of our experiences, but so many people sit in those experiences instead of moving beyond them, you know. And I've seen it a lot in life. Oh, well, I'm this because of that, or this is because of it. It's like, no, you know, yes, awful things may have happened to you, but you choose to continually be a victim to those things. You don't need to be. You can ascend them. Shush. Child has arrived. What did you want, child?
Sorry, I was up to the...
Right, write it on a note and pass it.
It's not important.
Stop trying to be someone you're not. One of the greatest challenges in life is being yourself. In a world that... Oh, I've read that one, sorry. Stop trying to buy happiness. Now, it is many things that we desire are expensive, but the truth is the things that really satisfy us are totally free. Stop exclusively looking to others for happiness. If you're not happy with who you are on the inside, then you won't be happy in any sort of relationship. So to truly be happy, you need to be happy with yourself. Once you're happy with yourself, then your relationships will be successful, because you'll be true to yourself. Stop being idle. Don't think too much, or you'll create a problem that wasn't even there in the first place. Evaluate and make decisions, and then act upon them. You can't change what you don't confront, what you refuse to confront, or what you refuse to accept. Making progress is always going to involve risks. You know, you can never, what did you say here, sorry, the analogy is, you can't make it to second base if your foot is always on first base, which is very, very true. You know, if you're not willing to leave where you are, you're never going to move. You're never going to go anywhere. Where you are might be warm and cosy, but it's warm and cosy in a pile of shit. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the best place to be. Stop thinking you're not ready. Nobody ever feels ready. When opportunity arises, take it. You know, life throws things at us and it forces us to grow. Growing beyond our comfort zones is part of success. And like I said earlier, you know, if it wasn't uncomfortable, if it wasn't hard work to achieve, it wouldn't be worth achieving. Stop getting involved in relationships for the wrong reasons. It's better to be alone than be in a bad company. There's no need to rush. If something is meant to be, it'll happen in the right time, with the right person, for the right reasons. Fall in love when you're ready, not when you're lonely. Stop rejecting new relationships because old ones didn't work. You go back to living in the past again and moving forward. Yeah, be mindful of the past, but don't live in it. Don't make it the now. In life, you'll realise that there is a purpose for everyone you meet. Some will test you, some will use you, some will teach you, but most importantly, some will bring the best out of you. And every interaction we have, we can gain from that. Even if it's a negative experience, we can learn from that. Stop trying to compete against everybody else. Don't worry about what others are doing. Better yourself. Concentrate on beating yourself. Success is a battle between you and others, not everybody else. Excuse me a minute. Do you mind? Children. Don't have them. And if you do, sell them into slavery at the first opportunity you get.
What about China?
Hey, my kids.
We love you too.
Stop being jealous of others. Jealousy is the art of counting someone else's blessing instead of your own. Now, it is sometimes difficult to see your blessings, but trust me, there is always somebody more fucked up than you in life. Always. So, be thankful for what you do have, and not resentful for what you don't. Stop complaining and feeling sorry for yourself. Life's curveballs are thrown for a reason, to shift your path. To shift your path. Told you I was tired. In a direction that is meant for you. You may not see or understand everything at the moment it happens, and it may be tough, but reflecting back on those negative curveballs thrown at you in the past, you'll often see that eventually they led you to a better place, person, state of mind, situation, so whatever it is, so just smile. Today you're stronger than you were yesterday. Stop holding grudges. Nothing eats a person up more than hate. If you can't do anything about something, let it go. Carrying hate for people will do you more damage than it does them. It doesn't affect them, but it does affect you. It doesn't mean you let people walk all over you, but holding grudges does nothing. If someone wrongs you, fine, remove them from your life. Cut them out. But by continuing to hate that person or continuing to let that person have an impact on you, you haven't cut them out of your life. And they're continuing to damage you because you're continually harbouring dislike for them. Not always easy said as done, I appreciate that. There's some twats out there I still want to smash the fuck out of. Mainly my kids. I do like them, really. Just in small doses. I couldn't eat a whole one. Upset my stomach. Stop wasting your time explaining yourself to others. Your friends don't need it and your enemies won't believe it anyway. Just do what you know in your heart is right. Stop doing the same things over and over again. The same shit will get the same result. So why do you keep doing it? Particularly relevant with training. Sometimes you need to take a step back, a break from what you're doing, and look at it from a different angle. Look at it from a different perspective to really see where you are in things. And I see this with coaching actually. People question the way I do things, but they've come to me because the way they do things aren't working. So obviously the way I do things is going to be different to the way they do things, otherwise they'd just be doing the same fucking thing they were already doing. Stop overlooking the beauty of small moments. Enjoy the little things. Sometimes just stop and smell the flowers. Because someday you may look back and discover that those little things were the big things and you've missed them. The best portion of your life will be the small, nameless moments you spend smiling with someone who matters to you. My beautiful wife has just turned up and is leaning over the top of the PCs with a very insane smile. I love you too, darling.
Oh.
Shut it, you child.
Yeah, dear.
The real world does not reward perfectionists. It rewards people getting things done. Stop following the path of the least resistance. Life isn't easy. It's meant to be hard. Going back to what I said, you know, if it's easy, it's not an achievement. And it's okay to fall apart. It's okay to have a breakdown now and again. It's okay to not be strong all the time. It's okay to fuck up. It's okay to cry. And it's okay to sit in a corner and rock yourself gently back and forth, sobbing to yourself quietly. For a small portion of the time. Every day, that's a problem. But the sooner you deal with these issues, the sooner you face these issues, the sooner you get through the tears and everything else, the sooner you'll be smiling again. Stop blaming others for your troubles. The extent to which you can achieve your dreams depends on the extent to which you take responsibility for your own life. Very, very true. You are a product of your own decisions and your own actions, no one else's. When you look back at problems, you'll notice that there were a series of choices you made that created that situation. It's very rare the responsibility of somebody else's. Stop trying to make stop trying to be everything to everyone. Doing so is impossible, it'll only burn you out. But making one person smile can change the world. Maybe not the whole world, but their world. So narrow the focus. Stop worrying so much. Worrying will not strip tomorrow of its burdens, it will strip today of its joy. So there you go. Little flowchart. Problem. Worried. Can I do anything about it? No. Then what's the point of fucking worrying? Don't worry. Yes. Then do something about it and stop worrying. In both scenarios, worrying is not productive. It serves no benefit whatsoever. Yes, it is a natural process. Yes, we all do it. But it doesn't make anything better. So instead of worrying about things, look at the problem honestly and openly, analyse a plan of attack, and do it. Positive thinking is at the forefront of every great success story. If you awake every morning with the thought that something wonderful will happen in your life today, and you pay close attention to it, you often find that it does. Stop being ungrateful. No matter how bad or shitty your life is, it could always be worse, and so be thankful for the positives. Because someone else somewhere is desperately fighting for theirs. Instead of thinking about what you're missing, thinking about what you have that everybody else is missing. And that is the end of that. So, like I said, that was a post that popped up on my Facebook, and it really resonated, and I did really think that there were some very wise words in there. So I decided I was going to share it on here. So, as I said, I'll jump back up on Friday and I'll put up the details of that research project, and I will post the link to the Hammerman in the description bit underneath this video as well, so you can watch that trailer. And otherwise, take care guys, and I'll speak to you soon.